Hey guys, Julie Saillant, how are you? Head Unicorn, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I am a light worker, a starseed, I'm empath, an animal communicator. I am here to help you find your gifts, access them, learn what they are, basically bring you in alignment with what your soul came here to do and for you to be, and basically point you in the right direction. And I am thrilled to be able to do this for you. So thank you for being here. I love each and every one of you. If you're new to the channel, welcome, right? Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to work with me, there's many ways to do so. Everything is in the description box below. And I wanted you to know that if you're brand new here, we run on numerology. We don't do astrology. So as much as I love astrology signs, we go by numerology, which means that this is for Master Life Path 11s, which I am as well. And the Master Life Path numbers are 11, 22, 33. And the number that you have for how you calculate that is your birthday, your month, day, and year. You add those three numbers up, and then you bring that number to one more number. So you go as low as you possibly can. This is for the 11s, the Master Life Path 11s. We are the most empathic, possibly the most sensitive. We've been reincarnated quite a few times. We usually have very big visions. We are here to help not just locally, we're here to help the globe. We are the people that lead the leaders, train the trainers. We are often the most misunderstood, as the master numbers, kind of all of us are misunderstood because we all process so much differently than regular humans. You know, we go, like I always say, about 100 levels deep. So we can both be watching a movie with a normie, we call them. And no offense there, by the way, it's just an expression. And, you know, they will see something that we see, but we will process it 10 different ways and think about all the nuances and come up with a very different perspective than somebody else who does not process the way we are. They'll just take it very surface level, and they'll either take it in or discard it within 2 seconds, and we'll still be thinking about it 3 days later, right? It's just the way that we're built. We are the lie detectors. We can always see into people as 11s, and it's not because we want to hurt them. We're just here to help people. But a lot of times people get very, very upset with us if we see things that they don't want us to see. And of course, we do as well, right? If you see into me, then I'll probably be like, what are you doing over there, right? But I welcome you. Thank you for being here. I love you guys. You know that. Please don't forget to comment as well, because I always respond to the comments. So today, I want to go a little deep with you guys because I know you can handle it. I was just talking with a colleague of mine, and she was talking about all the stuff that's happening in the world and talking about how a lot of people are not recognizing what's going on in the world at all. We see, us 11s, the master numbers especially, see a lot of red flags. And I'm not even talking, I don't like to talk politics because I hate politics, but let's just talk about, there's the wildfires, there's, you know, the earth is melting, the earth is on fire, there's so many earthquakes and volcanoes and all kinds of stuff going on. On top of that, we've got all these ships that are waiting to go into, let's just say, Long Beach, California, and all these ships with goods on them are not able to get to us. So we're having trouble now stocking our shelves at supermarkets. And what my friend was saying was, she said, don't people realize, don't they see that the shelves are empty? Don't they see that the grocery stores are trying to separate the shelves more so that it's not as obvious, but yet it's so obvious? Don't people understand that food prices are rising? And that's a very big deal. It makes me want to run away and basically be self-sufficient, be off the grid. I think as an 11, you've probably thought about this a lot. And if you haven't, you probably will be soon. Because 11s are very private people. We like to socialize, but we need a lot of alone time because we process so much and we process so differently. We are the ones that can go into every other person's shoes and perspective and really look at something 5 different ways, right? So we've got our way, we can have our colleague's way, we can have our sister's way, we can have, you know, what they say on the news, and then we make our own decisions based on all the information that we gather, right? And we gather information much different ways. We gather information by what's not being said. We can look at the TV and see the news reporter, and we read between the lines and see, oh, they didn't say this, or, oh, I see that body language. That person's not saying X, Y, Z, and we know what it is, right? So I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this to, if you haven't thought about this, which you probably have, it's probably not news to you, wake up, start looking around, because gas is getting higher, food prices are getting higher, and we need to start protecting ourselves as well as the people that we're going to protect in the future. Now, I say all this to say, if you watch any of my other videos, which hopefully you have, I've had some visions, and I know a lot of you have had visions about us standing shoulder to shoulder, and all of us, especially the 144,000, these are all the light workers that are called on this planet. At any given time, there are 144,000 light workers, starseeds on this planet, who are here to help the collective. We are the collective, and we are here to use our gifts to help those that are unawakened or farther away, not as far on their path as we are, right? These are the people who are not seeing these blatant signs, or they're seeing them and they're not putting them together as, food prices are going up. All these ships are sitting there. There's an oil spill in Huntington Beach. There's a lot of wildfires. What does this mean? What is this going to mean in 6 months from now? What is this going to mean a year from now, right? So we are trying to put all this together and be proactive. Our job is to protect those who are not as awakened as we are. These are the people that may be seeing these things, but they're not putting any answers. There are no answers in their head, right? So just so you know, this is what we're here for. Now, I say all this as a precursor to ask you a question. And as I'm sure you've heard me talk about this before, because we are so different, because a lot of us have been people pleasers, because a lot of us have been unaccepted from a very long time ago when we were children, because even our parents didn't know what to do with us, right? I say all this to ask you this question. Do you know who you are? That's my question to you today. Do you know who you are? And I'm not talking about, okay, you're a starseed from Sirius. Okay, you're a light worker. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, do you know who you are as a person on Earth? Do you know what your gifts are? Do you know what you're here to do? Do you know what your soul mission is? And if so, if you know what your gifts are, have you started to work with them? If you know what your soul's purpose is, have you started to walk down that path? If you know who you are, have you started to actually be that person? Are you standing in your power? Now, there's no right or wrong answer here. This is either a yes or a no. It's not a kind of, sort of, maybe, well, Julie, I started. No, you either know what your gifts are or you don't. You've either started down the road to self-knowledge and you're pursuing it, or you're not. You either know what your soul purpose here, soul mission is, or you don't. And you've either started it or you haven't. Now listen, there's no shame. There's no judgment coming from me or anyone else based on where you are. I'm simply asking this question because all of my clients, most of them, they either know who they are or have an idea, but don't know anything else. Or they know what their gifts are, but they don't know how to work with them. Or they think they know what their soul mission is, but they don't know how to get into alignment to make it happen. There's no wrong answer here. You are where you are. And as I always say, there's no judgment. There's people ahead of you and people behind you. So that doesn't matter. But what does matter is you need to understand where you are so that you can set a goal to move forward and then start working towards that goal. I'm going to give you an example. If you know who you are, the second question is, have you accepted it? I know, it's a big question. And I say this because for years I didn't accept myself. I didn't accept my gifts. I pushed them to the side. You have free will. You can say, I am not using my gifts. It's not happening. And I'm gonna hold off. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. And that's okay. You can do that. Your gifts will not go anywhere. They are your gifts and your gifts only, and they will wait for you. Mine waited for me for a long time until it was so painful I had to use them, right? Yours, it may be the same for you. But the question is, have you accepted yourself? Are you honest with yourself? Because I have found that as 11s, a lot of times we are not all that honest with ourselves, even though we love honesty. And sometimes we try, but sometimes because for so many years we were afraid to be who we were, or we didn't know, or both of those things happened, and we put it to the side. So here we are, right? And we're saying, okay, I think I'm a star seed. I know I'm empathic. I know I have gifts. I know what I'm here for and I'm using them. But here's the other deal. I need help going forward, which is fine. But let me give you an example. I lived in a cold climate for a long time, almost my whole life. And I hate the cold. I like to see the snow for like a day and then I'm done. I don't like to drive in it. I don't like to work in it. I have a horse. I don't like to ride in it. It's not fun for me. Being cold is not fun for me because I can't get warm. I love the beach. I always have. The ocean makes me feel like very calm. It makes my problems feel small. And I've always spent every summer near the ocean with my family. And so it took me a long time to get here, but now I live near the ocean with palm trees, which makes me really happy. I couldn't be happier. So when I think about potentially moving away from the ocean, plus I have family here, it does make me feel like, it took me a long time to get here. But I want to be flexible enough so that I'm able to move if I want to. I'd actually like to live in 2 different places during the year, right? I'd like to do that. So be honest with yourself. If you feel as though the ocean is your place, declare it. The ocean's my place. If you feel as though the snow's your place, that's cool. I guess the worst thing you can do is be like, well, I'm not sure. I kind of like it. When deep down inside, yeah, I freaking love it here. I fucking love it here. It's amazing. I do. It took me a long time to get here. So, but I am also honest with myself enough to be flexible to say, although I love it, that doesn't mean that I don't want to live other places or I don't want to try other places out, because I know that it's a big world out there and I love to travel and I love to see things. I love to see other cultures because I gain a lot from that, right? It makes my soul happy, right? But I guess all I'm saying is have the courage to be honest with yourself, and then you can adjust accordingly, right? You can say, yeah, I love it here. It's amazing, but doesn't mean that I'm not open to doing other things part-time. I could live here, 4 or 5 months of the year, and I could go somewhere else 4 or 5 months of the year. And I'd be all right with that, right? But be honest with yourself, right? Another example would be, yep, I'm an empath. Yep, I'm not doing what I should be doing. I'm not using my gifts and I'm not happy about it. And I really want to have my own business and incorporate using my gifts in my business. And I know I'm not there. And I know I need help to get there. And I know I need a teacher, right? Be honest with yourself. The more honest you can be, the better off you are. Because I know as an 11, a lot of times we have put ourselves last and we were not able to be honest with ourselves because we couldn't even put ourselves first in front of everyone else. Even to this day, that's still hard for me. I'm still working on putting myself first. Very difficult when you've spent your whole life to be groomed to put other people ahead of you, always. I even was speaking with a client and she was saying that she was programmed to do what her parents wanted to do and really, have her parents be happy. And even if she wasn't, to the point where it was self-sabotage, Even when her parents had passed away, she was still making decisions and thinking thoughts about how to make them happy, and they weren't even alive anymore. And I was doing the same thing too. So you have to be careful of that. There's a lot of programming that we pick up when we're younger to people please, to make others happy as 11s, right? Because people just don't understand us. But luckily, that's not the case anymore. Luckily, a lot of us have come through that. And what I'm trying to do is to get you to understand that it's okay for you to be putting yourself first. You should be. It's okay for you to be honest with yourself. Because if you can't be honest with yourself, how can you be honest with anybody else, right? I mean, think about it. It's okay. You can live wherever you want to live. You can do whatever you want to do. You can have whatever vocation you want to have. You can have your own business if you want to, right? And you can use your gifts, and you should use your gifts. You should absolutely feel free to use your gifts and get really good at what you do and what your soul's purpose is here on earth. And if you don't know, let me help you. This is what I do. It's one of my superpowers. So my question is again, right? Let's go back. Do you know who you are? Right? Do you know what your gifts are? Do you know what your mission is? Are you standing in your truth? Are you solidly being who you are and owning that? Because only when you own that can you move forward. You have to be authentic. And that's what will attract people to you. That's how you build your tribe. You can't pretend to be somebody else. It doesn't work that way. People can tell right away, right? And I just want to encourage you, if you have spent a lot of years not being who you are, and you're just starting now to come out, right, of your shell, it's okay. I'm happy for you. Do it. It took me a while, but if I can do it, you can do it. Okay? Okay, guys. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in the world. We need you. We need you. I need you. The collective needs you. We need your gifts. We need you to ramp up. This is why you're being called. This is why you are questioning who you are. This is why you're waking up. We need you. Okay? Just a couple quick cards. You got the moon healing. You got solar eclipse. Change is coming for the better, right? But only if you know who you are and you're ready to walk in who you are. You also got astrology plans. You got Mercury, dignity, practicality, intelligence, organization. All this is going to be needed for you to step forward into who you truly are. But do it with dignity, do it with class, because I know you will, right? Be practical, be intelligent, and be organized. And your dreams you can get your dreams to come into play much easier that way. Pink moon, growth, rebirth, renewal. This is what it's about, right? This is what it's all about. We are here to help each other shine, and we are here to help protect those that have no idea what's going on. None. Also, Egyptian astrology, you got Geb, the earth god, caring, honesty, shine, faithful. This is all that we are. We are caring, we are honest, we're faithful, we're loyal, we love others. It's almost above ourselves. It's time. Endless enthusiasm for life, right? For Sagittarius and Gemini, seek knowledge and communication. And as I said, I don't usually, the only reason I'm pulling these, we don't do astrology, but I'm pulling them just for the oracle information that's below, which is all about using your strengths for endless enthusiasm for life, which all of you have, right? If you're 11s, because we love life. We're always curious. We're always learning. And then, of course, for the Gemini, seek knowledge and communication, because that's what it's about. So guys, if you need my help, let me know. Reach out to me. Let me know if this was helpful for you. And again, I just want to encourage you, no matter where you are, if you're still hidden, if you still feel as though you can't be who you are, I understand. But also I want you to know that it's time for you to step up and step out, because the earth is not going to get better. It's going to get worse. We need each other, right? I need you to back me and I'll back you. And we have to be strong for each other. And we have to protect each other and help each other. because the earth needs us. For every one of us, there's 100 people that are very unawakened. And that is a scary thought. Very scary. They have no idea what we're even talking about right now. And I'm not even going that deep. All right. So guys, I love you. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And also, I love you all. And thank you for being here. All right, guys, take care.